Hello, welcome to another video. Umut here. Today I'm going to do a product review. I was sent this product, this glass mat by Dadarkar Arts to do an honest review. So that's what I'm going to do today. And honestly, I used it in another video that I did my bookmarks on it, and I can easily tell it changed my life. I had my eye on glass mats for a long time and I couldn't decide which one to buy, although there are other reviews which are very clear, but I really didn't know it was making so much change in a crafter's life. So I'm going to go over all the advantages, disadvantages versus other things that we were using, like self-healing mats. Let's get to the measurements first. This is a glass mat that's totally white, which I wanted. I know there are other colors, blacks, but I prefer white for two reasons. One, I like bright surfaces to work on, so black would be a little bit dark for me, and also for the camera purposes, for you to have a light view too. I preferred white, and I'm glad they did a white one. Let's get to the measurements. It's very heavy. If I lift it, and it's impossible to move while you're working, which is very good, so it doesn't slip under your workstation. And it has these corners, I'll show you more clearly, that you can remove. The edges are also rounded, which is good, so you can remove them and work without them, or keep them. I keep them because I like the look of it and it doesn't bother me at all. And let's get to the measurements. This one has both inches and centimeters, which is very good for so if you're a card maker and use a lot of measurements of inches, etc. This is very useful. I will tell you the size of it. So it is, if we talk about centimeters, it's 57 centimeters. I don't need to measure it. All of it is 57 centimeters. Obviously there's a little bit buffer here on the right and left for about a centimeter, but this is the size. Probably it might be 60 in total, and so it's quite a big surface. And if you want to measure something, I think it's very easy. And here it's 33 centimeters. So horizontally it's 57 and vertically it's 33 centimeters. And for people who measure in inches, it's 22 and a half inches in total, horizontally, and vertically it's 13 inches here. So it's very easy, right next to each other, whichever measurement you use. It's very easy. For the card makers, they put the sizes here, starts from an A6 and goes smaller, and there's also square measurements, 10 by 10, 9 by 9, 8 by 8, and the rectangle one is 10.5 by 14.8 and goes down and down. I find it very useful that all this measurement is here. It doesn't finish here and then there are the squares here. I would like to use all this surface to measure something. It's like a ruler. I really like it. And there are other measurements here as well for other purposes. You will see many things. And also, if you're working in inches, it will be easy for you to measure here as well, because you can see what it corresponds in inches right above. So it's quite easy. And also there are these angles going up until here. Also, if you're using these angles for some reason, it may guide you, and you will see the measurements here: 15 degrees, 30, 45, 60, 75 and 90. So it's very well thought in terms of numbers and measurements. And let's see the other advantages that we need to see on a glass mat. So the glass mat is tempered glass, so it's very sturdy, very thick, and all these designs are under the glass, so nothing's going to happen to them no matter what you do. The two big advantages for me to have a glass mat versus, I will show you. Remember, I was using this self-healing mat and it sticks to your surface. See what it became of it. For a crafter, one is cutting and the other is heating. So when we use the heat gun over the self-healing mat, it doesn't stand, it burns and it changes shape, and it cannot stand this heat. Also, while cutting with our craft knife, which is very sharp, this you cannot do this on the self-healing mat, it damages, and you can see here I damaged while cutting, and also colors stain on it. This is alcohol markers, so I made it dirty. There are some advantages of the glass mat versus self-healing mat that are very different. So I'll show you here, for example, when you cut on a glass mat, you can cut and nothing happens. It's just nothing happened, I didn't cut. This is a big advantage for me, because what I was doing is, when we were cutting our chipboards or paper and etc., I had to always take out this to cut over. So for me, I don't know, I'm lazy while I'm doing something. I don't want to bring a lot of things to do one thing. So for me, this is history now. I don't need to cut on top of it, so I can directly cut on my working surface. It's very big, so it covers everything. I love it as well because I put a lot of paint, I mix them, and then I still have place to put my notebook and everything. I will show you how we can use inks. Let's do a couple of experiments. How easy it is to clean. I'll use this, and when I am using the ink, I can start from outside, because if you do this it will blow up. So we start from outside. Before I had to clean the self-healing mat, and now the ink is here, and even with a dry napkin, dry cloth, you can clean it easily and it's gone. So it's much easier to clean, and I'll show you. You can mix your inks here, play with them, you know. Very easily you can remove again. Nothing happened. And I will show you oxides, which is the same, just to make sure it works on everything. Then is dry archival as well, because this is permanent ink, it's not water-based ink. Here, it's very easy to clean. And if it doesn't work, like if it's dry or something, just spray a little bit water and it will be like nothing happened. So the last bits of paint I took with water. Let's look at some other mediums, some pens and watercolor. You know, we mix a lot of watercolor mediums when we use. So let's say I was using this, you can use watercolor markers, you can use sprays and everything, it will be the same thing. So if I mix these, I can play and everything, and again it will be very easy to clean. Let's see alcohol markers. Alcohol marker is the problem with the self-healing mat, it won't come off. So let's see. With a glass mat it will come off. This is dry, so I'll see with water. It came off directly. And if you are having trouble taking out something, you can use the isopropyl alcohol to take out everything. I'll just try this as well. Faber-Castell Pit brush pen, which is permanent Indian ink, and it came off as well. And if you have, I don't know, let's see, something like a crackle paste, I don't know, modeling paste, you are playing on it, it will come off. And if it doesn't come off, you can easily use your scraper and, you know, scrape it off the glass mat and it will come off. And you won't be scared to do this because nothing will damage this glass, which is amazing. It's the same glass that we have in our phones, that's not easy to scratch. And finally, let's do embossing to see that it works. I'm going to use this stamp. Just let's use our watermark. I'm not, it's just demonstration. I'm not after a perfect impression. I'll use this Lindy's. And you can see nothing happened. I applied all the heat and I can emboss here. Really, when I am working on this mat, I have a lot of luxury. I don't need to change surfaces to do embossing, use my heat gun. I use my heat gun all the time to dry everything because I can't wait until something dries. So really, this glass mat changed my life. There are other brands in the market, so you can check out which one you like. But I'm really happy with this. I'm glad they sent me this, and I'll keep working on it. You'll see on my videos. So this is one I tried and liked, but as I said, you can look at other brands and see what you like, what goes with your working style. So that's all from me for this video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time.